this is our Hamlet rhetorical analysis by
I'm Fausto.
and I'm Michael, and this is Act 3, Scene 3, but not Claudius, it's Hamlet's soliloquy on killing Claudius. So how we did this was we got parts of the soliloquies, because it's not that long, and we put it in chronological order, and we highlighted the more important parts that we focus on in our analysis. So, a villain kills my father, and for that I, his sole son, do the same. Villain sent to heaven. So his word choice in picking villain characterizes how he feels about Claudius, meaning that he sees Claudius as like a sort of monster, rather than the king of Denmark or his uncle or now his father. And his repetition of this word actually emphasizes this. And as he says, do this same villain sent to heaven, it means that he's referring to killing Claudius as Claudius killed King Hamlet. So the context of this is actually right after Claudius's prayers. It's towards the end of this act or scene, meaning that he's more focusing on how he's going to kill Claudius rather than confirming that he actually did kill King Hamlet. And so this actually characterizes Hamlet as well as very devoted and more bloodthirsty, meaning, and this ties in hand with the question on that's seen throughout the novel, whereas no one knows whether he's actually acting mad or actually is mad. This is kind of like showing that he actually is mad because he's kind of hungry for that blood. This simile, as flesh as may, refers to how King Hamlet was full of life, because May is like a very, like full of life and lively, right? So it shows that King Hamlet was full of sin and could not repent or confess his sins before dying, as Claudius was killed Hamlet. And this is like a connection between King Hamlet and Claudius, as Hamlet doesn't want to kill Claudius at this time while he's like praying to God. And yeah.
So then this part of the passage, when Hamlet says "up sword and not thou a more forward hand," essentially what this means is that he's trying to tell his sword to wait for a more opportune time to kill Claudius, because as you might remember, he wanted to send Claudius to hell, so he wanted to wait until after he was praying, or like at some worse time where he'd be committing some sin. And then so when Hamlet talks to a sword, it kind of personifies his intent to kill Claudius, because instead of reasoning with his own mind that he wants to wait for a better time, he tells his sword to calm down. And then so that kind of shows that Hamlet's intent to kill Claudius is kind of out of control, and it's more of like a subconscious desire than it is like his own conscious goal. And then also, the context of this particular soliloquy is that he's watching Claudius pray with his sword in his hand. So then, right before Hamlet begins the soliloquy, he has the intent to kill Claudius from behind. So then when he's talking to his sword, he shows that his desire to kill is out of control. And then this section shows it is an example of syntax, because Hamlet kind of lists off a lot of specific situations in which he would want to catch Claudius in order to kill him and send him to hell. And then so he lists off a bunch of, like, for example, while drunk asleep, or while in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, or gambling or swearing. So then these are the kinds of situations that Hamlet's looking for. And then this kind of shows that Hamlet's plans to kill Claudius has gotten really specific and really meticulous. And then it kind of is an example of how at this point Hamlet's kind of gone crazy, because he's really obsessed about finding one perfect situation in which to kill Claudius.
Okay, so this picture here, we actually got permission from Mr. Bone. It's a picture of me and Fausto cosplaying a scene of the movie of Hamlet and Ophelia. As you can see, I'm Hamlet, and you can see Fausto playing Ophelia as they're reminiscing of their time back when they were lovers. And then in the bottom right, you can see the extra long fry that Fawcett actually measured. It's 8 inches long. Probably has a bad personality, but yeah, that's our picture.
Where?
What are you guys saying? It's right there.
You don't see it?
Yeah, you guys don't see it.
Come on, Mom, you can't put that on there. That's offensive.
That's pretty funny. We got permission. We got permission.
It's okay, right?
Clear as day. Don't even have to use my imagination.
Exactly, guys. It's just open your eyes, you know.
All right. On that note, thanks, guys.